Dr. Tom Roselle live right now, 6:30 WMAL.
Let's go to the phones. Ann, how can I help you? Thank you for calling.
Hi. I have had ringing and buzzing in my ear for several years, and I have been tested for many years and CAT scans and MRIs, and nobody knows what it is. It's an intermittent type of buzzing, and at the same time I get dizzy and sort of wobbly.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is the buzzing a high-tone sound or is it a low-tone sound?
It's like in the summertime when the cicadas are around.
Okay. Do you get dizzy when you go from a sitting to a standing position?
Sometimes, but not every time.
Okay. So what it tells me, there's only, in traditional Chinese medicine, there are two different types of organ systems, or two organ systems that help us distinguish the pitch or the tone or the ringing in the ears, if you will. If it's a very high-pitched sound, generally it has to do with liver function. If it's a low-pitched sound, it has to do with the kidney. And now we're talking about kidney organ, but we're also talking about kidney energy, which is life force in the body. Now, in your situation, the reason I asked you the question, do you go from a sitting to a standing position and get dizzy, is because there's an organ system called the adrenal glands. They sit on top of the kidneys. They put out all kinds of different hormones. One of them keeps the blood from falling down when you stand up, meaning, when you shift posture patterns, there has to be something that tones the arteries to keep the blood from backing down. When that blood backs down, you get dizzy. So the relationship is that the energy that services the kidney is the same that services the adrenal glands as well. So what I'm hearing from you at this point is that we've got a situation that may be reflective of that. And if that can be diagnosed in the kind of work that we do, it might be able to be resolved, and an examination would tell you that very, very specifically. But it sounds like a kidney problem to me, kidney energy, and it sounds like adrenal fight-flight system that's involved here. And if that's it, traditional medicine is not going to pick it up, but functional work as we do it can resolve the problem probably very straight up. So if we can help you, give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to see what we can do. And thank you for calling. I appreciate it very much. I hope that's useful. It's in the type and the characteristics of the condition that tells us what's going on. It's important to the extent that you have dizziness, or you have ringing in the ears, or you have whatever it is that's not working for you. But the underlying why is that has to be discovered to be able to resolve the problem. You can do CAT scans, you can do MRIs, you can do all kinds of testing, but it doesn't answer the problem. If the adrenal glands are not putting out a hormone called angiotensin, angio meaning arteries, tensin, tension, keeping tone in the artery, then when you shift positions from laying to standing, laying to sitting, sitting to standing, you're going to get dizzy quite often, not necessarily all the time, but often. And it's because the blood can't maintain itself in the volume, in the tube, and drops down. It's one of those things that are very straight up diagnostically, and a lot can be done. So you examine the acupuncture system, you examine the adrenal system, you examine the structural system, the electrical system, and you see what has transpired, ultimately bringing you to the place where you've had the symptoms. Once you understand the why, then you can begin to change things. Charles, how can I help you? Thank you for calling, sir.
Yeah, I guess I had a little trauma with my testicles.
Okay, what happened?
Well, I kind of like sat down and it kind of like hit them in the back of them.
Ow.
And they haven't really been feeling it. They kind of had like a pricking, and I don't know if it's psychosomatic because I've been thinking about it. At any rate, what I was wondering, they do feel better with time, but still not completely. And I was wondering if there's anything you can. First of all, do they heal on their own? I did go to a doctor, and the doctor said that there is. He checked them, and he said there's nothing out of but it still doesn't feel completely right. So I was wondering if there's anything.
How long ago?
It's been several months.
And it's still there?
Well, I mean, it's not swollen or anything, and
but the sensitivity, the discomfort is still there.
I don't think they're feeling correct the way they were.
Okay, well, so there's two things. One thing you can try, and one thing that you would have to be treated. The first thing that you would try would be something called Traumeel, Traumeel. Traumeel. It's a homeopathic.
Let me write that down. Hold on, can you spell it again?
It's like trauma, Traumeel, Traumeel. You can get it at most health food stores, and just apply that twice a day and give it about a week. And if it's going to work, you're going to notice a difference within that period of time. If it doesn't, then I would encourage you to have acupuncture done, and it's not necessarily applied to the area, but acupuncture applied to the body, and then the addition of low-energy light laser. That will allow it to heal quite rapidly, and it will pull the sensation away. Generally what happens when you have any kind of injury, any kind of trauma like that, the acupuncture system is injured, it's damaged. You have a primary circuit that comes from just behind the scrotum all the way up to the front of the body and ends on the lower portion of the lip, or just underneath the lip, and another one that goes from your tailbone up your back and ends on the upper lip. And when you took that blow, many bike riders and many horseback riders have the same...
Yeah, kind of like that. That was kind of like that kind of blow.
Right. So they end up with problems, but it's resolvable. We've seen this type of condition many times over the years, and it's one that those two applications usually work very well. So first I would try Traumeel, and twice a day just apply. It's a homeopathic. It's not going to hurt you.
Right.
And if that doesn't resolve it, then give us a call. More than happy to check you out and see what we can do to help you.
And it's not like they're swollen or anything.
No, they're not. You just have residual pain. Welcome back. This is Dr. Tom Roselle. You've been listening to Dr. Tom Roselle live, 888-630-WMAL. That's how you find me every week at 12 on Sundays. And we're here from 12 to 1 o'clock to bring you the most informative information that we can in integrative care. Different subjects, different pieces. They're important. You need to understand that you have control, that your health truly is a do-it-yourself program. Nobody else has the ability to change your health. You do. It's all in your hands. And to ignore that is something that is very foolish, because you decide, you're in the moment, you have the capacity, you have everything that you possibly need to make a difference in your life. So why not step up to the plate and say, you know what, I'm done already. It is time for me to make a difference. Let's talk about exercise a little bit more. So we talked about walking. Maybe you can't walk 2 miles, but you can walk down to the block and turn around and come back. Maybe you can only walk across your living room floor. Maybe you can only take a few steps, but you can take a few steps, then turn around and go back again. Take a few more steps, then go around and go back again. You have to decide how well you want to be. No pill, no direction. Nobody's going to do it for you. You have to be in control of it. No matter how old you are or how young you are, no matter how heavy you are or how lack of energetics that you possess, it is up to you to decide right now is the first day of the rest of my life. Right now, I'm going to reclaim everything that I want to do, that I haven't done, and I'm going to set a standard, and I'm not going to stop until I reach that standard. And once I make that standard, I'm going to continue the process. Because it doesn't make any difference how much money you have, what position you are, but if you don't have your health, there's really not a whole lot worth, continuing the process for. So, having said that, you can get your health back if you've lost it. You can get your muscle strength back. It's a decision that you have to make. The decision in my life is to never allow my body to get to the place where I cannot function at the level that I want to function at. I don't know what yours is, but for me, it's a matter of making the right choices the greatest majority of the time. I look for organic foods. I drink water. I eat fruits. Do I do it all the time? No. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm perfect. There is nobody that's perfect. Every once in a while, I'll cheat. But I don't have some of the health challenges that many of you do. You have to create a healing window. Let's exercise. Get out and start walking. Get out and start stretching. Breathe differently. Go by a door frame and put your hands on either side of the door frame and step into the door frame and stretch your pectoral muscles so you can drain your lymphatic fluid more. And as you do, breathe in as deeply as you possibly could breathe in and allow that lymphatic system to begin to circulate better and more efficiently. It's imperative that you take the steps, and they're little ones. They don't have to be great ones. You don't have to become an Olympic athlete. Maybe it's nothing more than sitting in a chair and standing up sitting down and standing up, sitting down and standing up, and do that many times during the day. Maybe it's just going to your kitchen counter and putting your hand on the counter and standing on one foot. Maybe it's beginning to stretch every place you can possibly stretch. Then maybe doing a little bit more. Maybe it's going to go get a couple cans out of the pantry and start doing biceps curls and pushing the cans above your head. That's how you start. You start wherever you are. You don't have to go out and enroll in a class to do it. You can begin to do it around you, but you have to do it consistently. And then you can you get to a place where you can enjoy the spring, you can enjoy the summer. Exercise and diet are in your control. Change your attitude. Many of you have hardening of the attitude. Forget about hardening of the arteries. You have to make sure that you focus differently than where you are right now if you want something different than what you have now. Go for a walk today. Go to a park. Just get in the car, drive to a park, then walk around the park a little bit, and do that. Don't waste this day. It's too pretty out there. It's too gorgeous. Start in the morning. Take 15 minutes. 15 minutes to thrive every day. And begin to do something for you. Stretch. If you can't get on the floor, stretch in your bed. Pull your knees up. But you got to do something different than what you're doing now. Because if you don't, you're just going to get more of the same. And you're not going to get anywhere. And you're just going to ask the same old questions, take the same old drugs, and end up in the same old place, except faster. I'm here every Sunday at 12 noon. You can get a hold of me at rosellecare.com. Click on Facebook at rosellecare.com. Go into our website, and you can check out the blogs. I'm going to talk about New Val and Andy. See you next week, 12 o'clock. Don't be late. Bye.